Hey, what's going on guys? Arekkz here, and today we are talking about Fable. If you guys caught the Xbox showcase, you will know that the next Fable is now in development. I mean, it's obviously been in development for a while, but they announced it, that it's in development. And while yes, we didn't actually get any gameplay, we did still get a CG trailer, and we then got the title screen. And basically, today I want to talk about what we currently know, which admittedly, in the official capacity isn't that much, but there have been a lot of rumours that have kind of painted pictures as to what we can expect from the game, and some of those are quite credible. They are things that have, since been confirmed based on like the other stuff they've shared in the past, so it's definitely worth talking about, at least at this stage, for anyone that's kind of thinking, oh, what is this new Fable going to be? Because if you saw it, you'll see the title screen just said Fable. It didn't say Fable 4, Fable Future, Fable some kind of subtitle, it just said Fable, so people are probably thinking, where does this fall? What is this next? What is, what are we going to be doing in this game? So let's try and paint a picture for that in this video today. So if you guys do enjoy this, then a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below, let me know if you guys are existing Fable fans, let me know if you're excited for this, let me know what you would like to see in a new Fable. I definitely want to know, and of course be sure to keep it locked because I really enjoy Fable, so 100% as we get close to launch I'll be covering this, so if you want to see more or kind of stay up to date on the news, then definitely turn on those notifications and stick around. Anyway, start at the top. Fable series, of course, formerly created by Lionhead Studios, who sadly are no longer around. It was kind of a great British studio, and it was a pretty sad thing to sort of see them go, but alas, they are no longer around, and obviously they were the ones that originally created Fable. However, now with the confirmation that Fable is still being produced, we've now seen that it is in the hands of Playground Games, which to a lot of people might seem quite strange. Playground known for Forza Horizon, but honestly, Playground are a fantastic studio. Some of you guys may know this, some of you may not, but I used to work at Microsoft, and I had the pleasure of working alongside Playground at some point, and they were just a great studio. They are very, very talented. While yes, you might know them for Forza, I do not in the slightest bit doubt their ability to kind of make a great game out of Fable, so I'm very excited to see what they can do. And this was of course one of the first rumours, like way back before we even knew about Fable, way before it was confirmed. One of the earliest rumours was that Playground were the team working on this, and of course now they've announced it, that has of course confirmed it, thus lending some credence to the rumours. So what do we know about the game? Well, first things first, one of the initial rumours was that players will actually be able to build whole towns. In previous Fable games, you could of course buy your own house, your estate, and even get your own store. However, the new Fable is rumoured that you can go a step further and actually build or own your own town. What does this mean? Well, it could well be a way to earn money and have passive income within the game. If you think about maybe like the original Assassin's Creed, where you used to kind of invest into like those sort of towns at the end and kind of upgrade different facilities and whatnot, and of course that brought in like passive revenue. It could be something like that. It could be much more involved. But what's interesting is to kind of think about maybe how this is then going to align with, say, Fable's notorious like good and evil system, like, whether you can kind of create like a horrific town full of like horrible people or a really great town full of like, respectable and nice people, things like that. Will the town be, more dark, scary and evil if you make more horrible decisions as you play throughout the game? Or will it become more of a sanctuary of sunshine and greenery if you play a good character? Honestly, this much we don't know yet, but the prospect of building this, evolving it throughout the game, does sound quite interesting, giving you something to return and kind of like any of those things. I think in video games, wherever you can like progressively build something and then as you play throughout the game, you can sort of see it evolve. It's just really nice, something to kind of like look forward to. However, one of the more outlandish things, but honestly, given the kind of narrative feel for Fable and the kind of wacky things they do, this isn't even remotely far-fetched, but supposedly there will be time travel and interplanetary travel in this game. It's speculated that the original world of Fable, including the country of Albion, was destroyed or will be destroyed in this game by a Mad King. The Mad King is now hoping to destroy new worlds, including that of the new character in this new Fable, and this could then lead to interesting quests, including some kind of crazy ideas that involve space travel in order to save these worlds. Now, again, that is quite a weird thing to kind of talk about, and it might be quite out there, but when you think about the wacky feeling, the wacky theming of Fable, again, I could definitely see it working, and it would also potentially lend credence to the fact that it's called just Fable this time around, as opposed to Fable 4 or anything like that, because, maybe it's a hard reset. You destroy the world of Albion, everything starts anew, hey, let's give it a fresh title. Something like that, potentially. There's also rumours that the game will allow you to play in both first and third person perspectives. In the previous Fable games, third person was your main way of playing, with first person camera being possible, but not exactly playable. So it's rumoured this time around that the new Fable will include both options for play throughout the entire game, which again, player choice, right? I mean, I personally have always been a third person player. I just like to see my character, but you know, for those of you that want that more immersive experience, then that would lend you an option. Outside of that, it's going to be said to have a completely open world, being a newer game with many of the current popular games being, you know, large open worlds, with many of them being very successful. Look at things like Horizon Zero Dawn, recently Ghost of Tsushima, other games like that. It would of course make sense for Microsoft to want their new Fable game to capitalize on this new sort of design choice, giving people, you know, more areas to explore, more stuff to do, basically just a bigger world to invest your time in. And honestly, that kind of gameplay structure would fit very well in, you know, an open world experience. We also saw, like recently, if you saw the Halo gameplay, you saw they're leaning more into the open world aspect for that as well. So it's definitely not remotely crazy to think that could apply to Fable. Also, when you think the playground are behind it, and they're actually pretty good at creating those larger open worlds, you know, they did something like that for Forza Horizon, again, it is not remotely crazy to assume. Furthermore, there's supposed to be a multiplayer component in this one as well. While there isn't much information on this, or kind of what it could be, we do know that the cancelled Fable Legends game, or the previous Lionhead Studios game in 2016, was set to be a kind of game as a service and possibly even free to play. And while this isn't expected for Fable 4, it is speculated that multiplayer component, perhaps kind of collective choices of players online impacting the world, could be a thing. Obviously, outside of that, we expect co-op. You know, being able to kind of play through with your friends in Fable 3 was an awesome thing. So, you know, that much I think is probably a given. But the wider aspect, the wider idea that you can then have global decisions by multiple players kind of impacting the overall world could be quite an interesting thing to see. Outside of that, there's supposed to be an in-depth character creator. There have been leaks in the past that have showed kind of a glimpse at a rather detailed and in-depth character creator with lots of options to create a hero, just how you want him or her to be. So obviously that would be quite nice. And finally, one of the last things is, again, keep in mind, another rumour, but supposedly there'll be no more guns. It seems like guns, which first appeared in Fable 2, might be completely left out of the game. There's been an ongoing debate between Fable fans if guns had a place in the Fable world. On one side, a lot of people feel like they wouldn't miss them, but on the other side, there are kind of more gameplay options by having them, and obviously more options is often a good thing. So honestly, you know, this much is still very much up in the air. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below. Where do you fall on the kind of Fable debate on this? Like, do you like guns? I've always personally been a much more melee-focused person. I have used guns in the previous Fable games, but anytime, any game that I play, I always heavily lean more into melee. But anyway, for the time being, that's a little rundown on the rumours so far. Again, keep in mind, this is not stuff that has been officially confirmed. These are the rumours doing the rounds, but given that some of these rumours have been slightly more believable, given things that they've kind of previously said, it is at least worth talking about. So that's kind of potentially what we could expect from this new Fable. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and be sure to keep it locked because we will be covering this a lot more as and when more information becomes available. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget, if you haven't already done so, you can join the Arekkz Gaming Discord. We've got an awesome community over there with so many different channels for you to chat loads of different topics and different games. I'm in there, the team's in there. If you guys want to chat with us, find people to play with, it's just in general a great place to be. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of our future uploads.